In the beginning of this long trek of college education, I thought I wanted to get a teaching degree because it's a piece of paper that you can take and find a job reasonably fast out of school. I'd be able to stay in my hometown, close to family. I'd be able to have a good wage that supports my family that I've started, and I would stop just trying to survive and finally be able to learn other things that help me make extra money so that I can do activities with my family that I love. That's why you go to school after all, isn't it? As someone who never got it checked out, I think I have ADHD. I've always loved routine. I love systems. I love the mechanics behind those systems. I like to tear things apart and find out how they work and put them back together, hopefully so they're improved in some way. Without systems, I'm lost. I like having an idea of what I'm going to do every day. That's why I liked school. And more importantly, I liked editing the daily broadcast, the video broadcast on YouTube for my high school. I had a system. It was efficient and satisfying because it was my system. It was work that you could see. Everything about it was neat, nice, informative. Although we were just awkward high school kids, we made it entertaining every day, and it was every day. We called it Ram TV, and the teacher, Mr. Parkin, made me feel like his classroom, the recording studio, was a home away from home. A feeling that I hope to be able to capture and emulate in the classroom again, this time not as a student, but as a teacher. Fast forward to this class. I learned about the social, emotional, and physical development of young minds. I learned that physical development concerns the biological changes in the body. So it's not a child's fault if their mood is all over the place. They can't help it. It's just in their biology. That's why you have to have a lot of patience to be a teacher. I learned that cognitive development changes as a child grows, resulting in transformations in a child's ability for reasoning, understanding of concepts. Their memory, language, and intellectual skills are all at different stages of development based on their age. That's why I would approach teaching second graders differently than sixth graders. No matter what grade I end up teaching, I plan to teach in a way that is suitable for that age group. Social emotional development includes the many modifications that occur in emotions, self-concept, motivation, social relationships, and moral reasoning and behavior. Most importantly, when it comes to the social emotional development, I learned that the worst thing you can do as a teacher is to ruin a child's self-esteem, their self-image, or their confidence in themselves and their ability to learn and be successful. Whatever success may look like to them, celebrate it with them. As a teacher, to avoid crushing a child's confidence, I plan to set individuals up for success, to teach them how they can be successful. That might be through giving them tasks I know they can accomplish, or make an assignment easier for them in some way. Which brings me to what I learned in Chapter 2. Chapter 2 asked a particular question that was, can you make a decision based on a single test score? The short answer? No. We are to never overinterpret any single test score, observation, or artifact, because there are advantages and limitations of specific assessments. If we give feedback that guides students' learning and teach children how to take standardized tests, the very least we can do is teach a child how to take a test. Because part of what the test measures beyond the obvious academic concepts is what children know about taking tests. To prepare students for this kind of assessment, educators can provide practice in taking tests with a similar layout, which might include multiple choice items and other structured response formats. Some kids just don't know how to take a standardized test. Maybe that's why some people have test anxiety. I don't actually know, but you've got to know with multiple choice tests that it's okay to use the process of elimination. If it's not A or B, then maybe it's C. But if C doesn't make sense, then it's D. You learn that from practice, and practice is what we should give them. I could go on about what I've learned from this class, but this video is about me and how my mindset's changed because of this class. So I'll close this section with what I learned from Chapter 7, and that was how to keep a child's attention, even though that's kind of hard to do. So let's go back to the book. It says in chapter 7, children's attention is affected by stimulus, characteristics, and later by familiarity. Like human beings, infants quickly turn their attention to new, unusual, and intense stimuli. Once children have gained some knowledge about their everyday world, familiarity comes into play. Infants are motivated to examine objects and events that are moderately different but not too dissimilar from those they have previously experienced. So it's best if I structure how every day is going to work with new material in between. This was illuminating for me as to how I can create an environment that is informative, organized, but still entertaining and keeps kids' attention. Every day will be something new, sometimes even unusual, but not too unusual, because my classroom will always be a structured environment where everyone feels welcome, safe, and ready to learn. This semester for this class, I attended classrooms of teachers that I know, and I learned how they conduct their classrooms, discovering methods along the way of teaching and conducting the class. I learned what their everyday looks like, and while it's not always sunshine and rainbows, I think the most important thing I took away from each experience was a greater excitement for teaching. I can't wait to walk down the hall and be greeted by kids who care about my presence and existence in their lives. I can't wait to put something together every day that's informative and entertaining for kids to learn from. I believe that in this life we all have a calling, and that if we pursue the basic principles of that calling, it will make us feel happy, because every day we'll be pursuing that calling. And that is why I want to be a teacher, because I believe that my calling is to serve my community by helping others make meaningful connections about this life. Because life is hard, and if I can make it a little easier for even one person by showing up in their everyday within a period of time long enough for them to remember that there is hope, that one day things will be better, and that life is worth living, then all of this degree, the classes, the long nights, the assignments, the essays, the field hours, exams, full-time school and work, all of it will be worth it, because it will mean that I am pursuing my calling. I will make my classroom a home away from home, like Mr. Parkin did for me so long ago. I found a passion for creativity and an outlet that helped me express myself in that little studio. I found a passion for something, a spark. That's something not everyone finds, particularly at such a young age. I'm forever grateful for that, and I hope that I can pass that along to another, whatever that may be. Maybe it's not through storytelling or editing videos. It could be through learning or reading or solving problems through math or science, or it could be through the significant lessons of history or leadership through government or social studies. Whatever it may be, it will be special to someone, and maybe they will carry their experience in my classroom forever in good memory of the time they found themselves and who they want to be. I want to be a teacher because I want to create an atmosphere every day that someone needs for even a short time to feel like they can come and go and be better for it. And that is what being a teacher is about for me. My name is Carson Keller, and I used to want to change the world, but I grew up and the world changed me. And now, all I want to do is impact it for the better. I may never know what I want to do when I grow up, but what I do know is that if I think in basic principles, I can identify the things I love to do, and I can do those every day as a teacher.